It's officially fall, and you guys, I so desperately need to celebrate that. So we're doing a creative build, but it's not a creative build as in like a video essay that I normally do. I just opened up a new world, got a pet, and now we're gonna do something. Huzzah! Okay, first things first, we need to find a location for the build. I mean, like, the spawn of this world is so pretty. Do you think we could build a pumpkin patch here? Is that too stereotypical, a pumpkin patch? I mean, we could also do a cornfield. I like a good harvest festival. All right, these are the resource packs we will be playing with just to give us a good fall harvest feeling. And then, of course, we also have our chosen shader pack. Yes, I use all of these. If you guys want a little bit of spoopy, I recommend the Insanity. You will see that in a later video. Oh. I see an issue here. Which one of these caused that? Was it you? Okay. So we lost the chickens. That's fine. I guess here, maybe we should probably move away from the lava pit. No, that's a good spot. We're just going to be covering up the lava pit. Or we could put a house on top of it. Make it spooky scary. All right, doggo. You ready to flood the fields with me? Flood! Oh, it's so pretty at night. Yeah, we chose a good spot. I'm loving it already. All right, while the rain is falling down from the sky, let's start tilling the soil. I don't want this to be a perfect shape because it looks bad when it is. I mean, sometimes it's good, but that's not the vibe I'm going for. And we're gonna start planting just while we can. And then inevitably we're gonna get so many chickens attached to us, but that's fine. We'll put them somewhere later. Maybe in a giant cactus. That's not very autumn themed. Maybe in a giant pumpkin. How's that sound? I guess while I'm mindlessly planting seeds, it is worth talking a little bit about what's going on in my life right now. I'm starting a podcast. Surprise! Me and my friend Andy are working together to do something, have a little fun. We're not gonna let ourselves lose the amazing opportunity to talk about our passions just because our favorite short form platform is going away. So we're gonna make ourselves do long form content instead. We're gonna do a couple test runs before releasing them to the public, but I'll let you know when it's ready because if you want news about just about anything going on in the MCYT world and maybe some of the fandoms we just like on the side, we got it for you because trust me, when we start talking, me and Andy don't stop anytime soon. I think both me and Andy are really excited about it. We already have a whole section in our Discord just to talk about what guests we would love to have on the podcast, which is ballsy for a podcast we haven't even recorded the first episode for yet. But it's a dream, and one day we're gonna make it. It won't happen if you don't believe it, so might as well say it's gonna happen. I'm so excited for fall this year, guys. I don't know how much I can describe the fact that I really haven't experienced fall that many times in my life. I didn't grow up in an area that really got seasons, and when I did move to a place that got something, there were no trees. So there wasn't a ton of fall. I mean, that's my fault for moving from one desert to another, but I'm excited because I get to live in a place that has seasons this year. And yeah, it was that way last year as well, but last year it froze so quickly, it wasn't quite the same. Okay, well, while that grows, we did forget a section to water. What should we do next? We have some pumpkin seeds, which, you know, I was talking about, little pupper. We could also do beetroots or torch flowers. Beetroots, I just feel like have such a pretty color of red, though. They add that beautiful just pop that you need in a garden every now and then. Maybe we should think about where we're putting our house, though, or some sort of barn area. I want to do a barn that I drive past every day. It has this really interesting looking roof that I haven't really seen in normal Minecraft barn builds. I'm thinking the structure's gonna be pretty wide. The farms near me tend to have this weird kind of like secondary building on the side. Like the roof will slant down and then just have an addition on the side. Okay, chicken, if this is your home, would you enjoy it? My bed's on fire. Okay, kind of. I kind of like it. I think it's a good starting point. Oh dear. We need to add a little bit more water over here. Just tough. And then over here, we'll just add some non-bricked tuff, you know, for a little bit of texture, a little bit of variant. The bed is still on fire. Oh, look, it's off fire now. Off fire? I don't think that's a word, actually. The flame has been put out. I can English. No, I can't. We know I can't. Well, now that suddenly feels absolutely huge. It's fine. It's like probably fine. We're going big anyways. It's gonna be a big farm. But now the wheat field feels tiny. We're gonna expand everything. Just let me put down a base first, all right? A new day is upon us, and I added more to the wheat field. I was looking out from where I was building. I'm like, it's not big enough. It also still might not be big enough, but you know, at least with this, I can feel better about continuing on with the little side build over here. And this needs to be one more block. Just one taller, okay? Trust me. Trust me on this. Maybe don't trust me, but like, trust me. And then from here, I'm thinking jungle wood. Jungle wood has this like really nice orangey texture. It's a little pink sometimes. My bed is once again on fire. But like, I think for this autumn feeling build, it's gotta be jungle wood. There we go. And then we'll add like windows and maybe make it a little taller later. But for now, we gotta find where the barn doors are gonna go. I think here. There we go. Okay, how does that feel? I think that feels like it's something. And we can add this chiseled block to just like border the door because we gotta make a door. Now that feels really wide. I mean, barn doors typically are wide. Now from there, we add our wood, which then goes up into a roof. Oh, this might be really big. It'll be fine. No, it won't. I hate it. Change it. Change it all. Okay, I filled it with it a little bit more, and I feel like we need to give this corner just a bit more space. I feel like when we do the slant on the roof and it goes whack, it needs that wiggle room to slant, if that makes sense. So we're just do a quick little divider. We'll push this door over by one so it's still even-ish. I mean, it's just a freehand door, but we're trying here. We're trying. And you know what, saying that we should trust the process, we should also figure out how tall we need this area to be. Because if that's going to be the bottom of it, then what block do we want for our roof? We could do something like reddish white. I'm not opposed to it. I'm really not. But black is also a really nice option. Though we're already using tough. So it's not like this color palette's most accessible to us. All right, let's try a couple different blocks. I like the idea of using granite, but I feel like it's a little too close in color and texture. It's a good start. Maybe mangrove? I mean, that's giving me the very barn feeling, but then there's also crimson. And it's hard to say no to crimson, especially when we're doing a Halloween build, so I think we're doing crimson, you guys. And also, this is the current height estimate for the top of the roof. It might have to go taller, just depending, but I think it's a really good start just to give us that little slope if we do this right, because I'm very bad at this. And then, yeah, that's the perfect height. There! See? Are you getting the picture now? The bed's on fire again. The bed is always on fire. Oh, and then on this side, because we're dealing with that, it might just need to be taller. We'll just make it tall. Be tall, okay? And then there. We can go over by 2 on each side, right? Yeah, I mean, the roof won't be even, so it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's back up and look at this at nighttime. I've added some light behind the structure so we can see it a little bit, and I think it's really taking shape. I'm gonna be real, I'm not sold on the window up here, because something that's really interesting about the area I live in is the fact that this area of the barn, if there's not a window here, there's some sort of weird quilted mosaic thing. I'm not entirely sure the history about it, but I think it started as some sort of like, hey, check out these cool things, go on a road trip and look at the farms. And it just sort of spread out, and now it's kind of just become a thing in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know why, and it's been creeping into my area the past few years. And like, they're really cute, and I want to use it as an excuse to use glazed terracotta. I know. I've been trying not to always use glazed terracotta, but I gotta. It's my block. What color would we even use? Maybe we could do a mix of them. Just have some fun, live a little. We could do some yellow, we could do some orange. I mean, it is our fall build after all. We can do whatever we want and still say, hey, it's a spoopy. Look at us. Look at that spoopy. Something like that. We can fix it later, but you're getting the idea. You're getting the idea. It has some sort of weird colorful mark about it. And you know what? We can add windows over here just for the sake of adding windows. Though it kind of looks like a face now. It's fine. It's fine. Let's add more wheat to the fields because I've been expanding it when I've been thinking about what to do next on the build. Hey, when in doubt, plant food. I think maybe now would be a good time to answer the question of why am I making this video? Yes, I love fall and I'm very excited to celebrate it, but if this was any other week, maybe I would be playing on Windcraft or something, or World Hoppers, or potentially getting back on Grave Watchers if I ever have the motivation. But that's the thing. I want to keep that motivation. If I don't have it right now, then I'm not going to force myself to do something. I don't want to deal with burnout, trying to do whatever I can to avoid that, and that means shaking things up. I didn't get told I had ADD until about 2 years ago. Apparently, my family knew when I was fairly young, and they had ADD too, because they forgot to tell me. I was getting accommodations for dyslexia, so it didn't really become that relevant in my life, but it does explain a lot of things. I need changes to the pattern. If I get stuck in a single rhythm for so long, that's when the anxiety and depression kicks in. And you'd be surprised about how much ADD causes anxiety and depression. It's pretty severe in some cases. So that's what this video is. It's a change to the pattern. This is usually the format I do live streams in. I just kind of hang out and chat, talk through the build, and talk through my life, but I haven't really been doing too many live streams recently. My schedule hasn't really allowed it, and I kind of miss it. And I also miss having a fun time just doing whatever I wanted on a YouTube video. I've gotten too stuck in my patterns, so I need to change it up. I was thinking about maybe doing a cosplay video in the future, not just my usual shorts that are my little cosplay TikToks, but actually sitting down and making a cosplay with a video recording, which sounds weird. I'm so distracted when I make a cosplay usually. I have one that's sitting behind me that I've been working on for probably 5 months now. We don't need to talk about it. It's theoretically not that complex, but it's new things I haven't done before, so taking the time to do it correctly. Any video that takes me more than a week to make stresses me out, like an insane amount. I feel like I'm not getting things done fast enough. Being a YouTuber means you gotta keep a schedule, and so you gotta get things done in a timely manner. That's not always possible, and so you need to fall back on those easy things. But then you keep falling back on those easy things. And again, you get that pattern, you get that burnout, you get that depression. Every now and then I think it's okay to have a reality check, and every now and then I think it's okay to have a cozy little fall build. And yes, that means planting a whole bunch of wheat and getting some beetroot. Actually, now that this is partially grown, what if I take away some of the wheat seeds and put down hay bales, like it's partially harvested already? That would be cute. That would be really nice. Oh, hello, horsey. Hi. Can I have a friend? You have lots of hearts. That's nice. You love me. Okay. Horse. Actually, you're a pretty good horse. I do appreciate a pretty good horse. I guess you're gonna go live in the farmhouse now. We continue building. And also, I'm gonna change this door. I don't love it. It's gotta be a different color. All right, I think that's a good size. I'm liking how the wheat field is kind of sectioning out. I might need to carve a little bit more out of that. But what I've been doing in the meantime is that I've been putting little soul lanterns down there and covering it with a waxed exposed copper trapdoor. Longest name in existence, I swear. I think I might be putting too much light out here, but for now I think it's cute. For now I like it, and I'm really loving this texture pack. I'm not sure if I love how the shaders are making everything all wavy, but when you're standing in it, it looks really cute. But when you're above, it's like, oh, that is an ocean of wheat. That is waves. I see the code. I see the pattern, but when you're down here, it's all cozy. I love it. It's fall. I'm hoping this texture pack does beat Roots justice. They're purely an aesthetic plant. They used to be great for bone meal, but then bone meal became so easy to get with moss, and it's, you know, they've lost a little bit of their love recently, but the aesthetic farmers know there's still a place for them, and it's that little pop of color. We should also do a carrot field. Oh, that'd be cute. There. Oh, we're gonna do it like that. That's good. That's good. See, that feels like something. And then we can add like a scarecrow. Or maybe like one or two more over here. Yeah, we'll add a scarecrow over here. Now, I don't have a good armor stand mod installed. You'd think I would. This is technically a creative world I'm in. But like, we might have to do it the old-fashioned way, guys. We might have to get ourselves the fences. There we go. That looks a little weird since it's wheat next to hay. I don't know. What do we put in the middle then? Let's try a wall? Would that be good? Ooh, orange sandstone wall. Any excuse to use orange sandstone. Well, now that doesn't connect. That looks a little silly. Throw in some mud. Mud's always a good option. It's a good color. Yeah! Yeah! That looks good. That looks nice. It's just a little guy. He's just a little guy in the field. And I think the soul lanterns were the right option. They're just the right amount of light, without it being too bright. We just put a nice little path the way through here, not 100% connected. Whack! But just the feeling of a way through. I think that's gonna be really cute. I think that's gonna be really cute. Oh, I love it already. This needs a little bit more because I feel like there'd be a lot of foot traffic right here, but definitely the right vibe. And then we should also have like a shed for farm equipment, like the harvesters and the plows and the everything. Ooh, and we should have like a nice little chicken coop that's a little busted. I've never seen a chicken coop that's in good condition, except for Buckingham Palace. But I'm not building Buckingham Palace, am I? You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna sleep on it. My voice is kind of starting to go. It's been a very emotionally draining week at work. So we're gonna sleep on it. Then first thing in the morning, I'm gonna build a little bit more. Then I'm gonna record a podcast episode. Episode 0, y'all probably will never hear it. But like in my heart, we're starting the series tomorrow. And then we're gonna have a good time. Yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Just imagine I've woken up. Good morning, everybody. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And we're going to work on the barn a little bit because I was looking at the barn I'm technically referencing, and it has a weird comb-over roof, which I now desperately need to add to this. I literally don't know any other way to describe it than like a comb-over roof. I don't even know actually how to build it properly. I think we need to just do like an extra little layer here and then maybe add staircases on top of it. You'll see what I mean when I say comb over when we do it, because it's a comb over, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's like one side of the roof goes a little bit over the other side, and then it has like a lip that has a gap over it, and it's kind of like that, but I think almost more severe. Like, let me get some slabs. There. What about this? Yeah, no, that's telling you the story, all right. It's a weird little lip, and I almost want to add like a couple of slabs right here. if that will sell it better. I think it does. I think it does. But maybe then this slab is too much. Should I just do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. I need like half of this slab. Can I is it too late to put chisel and bits in this world? We might need to chisel and bits this. I'm not entirely sure the purpose of a comb over roof is. I feel like there has to be one. Architecture typically is made for a reason, but I couldn't tell you. Maybe it has to do with the levels of frost we get around here, or the humidity, or maybe it's just like we got a lot of birds and it's a place for birds. Are bats friendly? I feel like bats are friendly sometimes. Sometimes. Very much depends on the type of bat. If the comb over roof has an actual name, or if you know the reason, if you guys could tell me, put that in the comments, I'd be greatly appreciated. Or, you know, wild crack theories. I do love just like saying it's for the Mothmans. That's not even close to where I am. It's for Bigfoot. It's because Bigfoot, you guys. That's clearly the reason we have comb over roofs. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to talk about the podcast episode me and Andy just recorded this morning. We had a great time recording. I feel like we were a little scatterbrains, but what are you gonna do about it? Andy, meanwhile, was like, yeah, I had all my notes, we went through everything, and I'm like, I was going off the top of my head. It was purely vibes and the little bit of research I did last night. You guys won't actually hear that podcast episode. It's purely for us to get practice on podcasting in general. But maybe one day, if we ever need to get like a Patreon thing going on, it will be a good example of what we could do in the future. Maybe. Possibly. I'm gonna be real, I don't actually know. If you're wondering where I got this truck design, it's basically Pearlescent Moon's design. I'm taking the rough outline and just kind of doing it in my own color palette. Though I'm not certain I'm loving the choices I'm making, I also don't really care that much. You know, Pearl used a lot of the warp signs in the original truck. I think we might have to keep that. It looks so pretty on it. Oh dear, that might be an issue. Now, this feels too low. Should I raise it up by one? Or are we calling it good? It looks a little funny if I'm gonna be honest. We'll add a trailer in the back and that will be our work truck. I like it. I think it's cute. And we just roll this out just a little bit. And then maybe we can put some wheat or hay on it. I don't know. Follow your heart. Let me put something there. Oh, there is something there. Oh dear. Yeah, I can work with that. Crimson buttons for the reverse lights. That's cute. That's really cute. And should we do it here as well? It doesn't really work. Oh dear. It doesn't work at all. But I like it. And now we need to put a cover over this, and then we can continue on with our animal stables, and it will be adorable. And now as I build this, I want to explain the thought process. It's gonna look a little janked because I don't think I've ever seen a farm cover for any sort of tools that look pristine and beautiful. At least around me, the people here have been working on their farms for a very long time, and that clearly shows in how they live. Nothing's gonna be first-hand beautiful stuff. It's gonna be made as needed. And so things a little janked on occasion. Sure, the roof is slanted, but it's still holding up. None of the storms have knocked it down yet, so why would they be concerned? Ta-da! Okay, maybe it's cutting a little close down here in the corners, but I like it. I think it's cute. Yeah. I think this is perfect. And maybe we just lean it over a few spots here. There. Now it's officially perfect. Okay. Did we say carrot farm or horse pens next? Or just animal pens in general? I think animal pens right around here would be cute. Trying to think about what else in my life I can catch you guys up on, because I'm not gonna say my life's been pretty boring recently, but we haven't exactly been going out of our way to make the most amazing storytelling existence in the world. I've been hanging out at work a lot, and I've been making new friends, which is amazing for me. I haven't been very good at that the past few years, and I'm enjoying it. This tree might need to go. I've been working with our local Jedi temple, so even though I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars in the world, I'm more of a Star Trek fan myself. They've been needing help with some audio recordings, and I'm like, hey, you know me, I know you, might as well do something together. And yeah, I have been watching Star Trek too. Originally, I was just kind of like a fan in terms of the context of that's where a huge part of fandom culture came from. But now I'm actually sitting down and watching Voyager and Next Generation, and I can see why it had such a huge impact on everything. It's not possible to tell a story like Star Trek and not have just an insane cultural impact. It was originally a housewife show, and then from them, cosplay became a thing. Yeah, we literally have Star Trek to thank for cosplaying existence. I know it's really easy to think cosplay is like an anime or a Japanese thing, but it came out of sci-fi. It came out of housewives who loved their little show about guys in space, and it was beautiful. And seeing it now, I can totally understand why it is the way it is and how it lasted so insanely long. And also makes me very upset at the movies because they don't do anything justice. Like who approved anything of that? There we go. It's cute. It's fine. I don't really know what animal we put in there. I guess sheep. I did say sheep. Sheep are very good farm animals. And now, little piggy, let's get you friends. Perfect. Let's muddy up and till some of their soil. Tilling's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Make it look like life has lived here. Make it look like they've walked these paths a million times every day. Live, piggies. Live and destroy the world. Alright, I think we should just add a little bit of this netherwort sprout because it's such a pretty color and it's not too invasive in terms of like height and texture. And pigs, I literally need to put this right there where you're standing. There we go. Haha. It's just the right amount. And then we can even throw it in the sheep area too. It looks a little weird next to them, but I think it's good. I think it adds what we need it to do. I just realized we forgot to make a pumpkin patch. That was the whole point of this being fall. We gotta pumpkinify things. Where should we put a pumpkin patch here? I feel like something's dying to go right here, but is the pumpkin patch? You know what? Yeah, it's gonna be a pumpkin patch. Let's remove this hill. And yes, I know logically there is a very efficient way to make a pumpkin patch, but we're not gonna do that. That's boring. If we want to do that, we're gonna need to change some things up. See what I mean? I love this texture pack. It's so pretty. And we're not gonna have like a traditional, very functional farm because I don't think that looks good. I think it looks very uniform, and yes, like a normal farm would be very uniform to get the most product, but no, that's not what we're doing. We're being spoopy. Let us be spoopy. And you know what? One last topic I want to bring up before we end the video. Favorite fall/Halloween media. I'm gonna be real, the past few years I haven't been finding nearly as many spoopy things to watch. I'm not a big horror fan, so it kind of limits my options on occasion. I'm always fun with the classics, like, you know, can't go wrong with the Halloween Town or the Hocus Pocus nonsense. I feel like I want something new, and it hasn't been around recently, and it kind of hurts my heart because that's the best time to release any sort of media. It's a little bit spoopy, you know? Though it is hilarious the fact that Hocus Pocus was released as a summer movie. That poor release of that film, well, it wasn't the greatest, but it's a cult classic now, and that's all that matters, I think, right? Maybe? I don't actually know. There we go, and then we'll just creep it along the side a little bit, and every now and then we'll have a bit of a fence post with the most protective of gates. Clearly, you must enter the fields through this gate, and it's not right here. It's fine. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. It's totally meant to be this way. And I realized it was night a little bit ago. We need to light up where the animals are. Now, streetlights wouldn't make a ton of sense, but maybe just like a quiet little glowberry farm behind each of these. That might be cute. Get some glowberries, get some trap doors. It's gonna have to be oak. I do really like the way the oak looks. And then, one second. There we go. That's better. And then I forgot you could do this. Just make them longer. Make them longer. And then bone meal? Bone meal for the glow? Bone meal for the glow. There we go. I think that's cute. I think that's really cute. Oh, I love it. All right, one more fence around the pumpkin farm, then we finish up the barn and definitely fix that door. There we go. There we go. That feels better. And the animals are all lit up, and maybe, just maybe, we add a few little lanterns up here. If it will let me, it will not let me. That's fine. We can dangle them from down here. That'll be cute. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, let's fix this barn door. It's disgusting right now. It cannot be the same block as the walls. I don't think that's the right choice. So, what do we make it look like? I did pick out some bamboo. I'm curious to see how it would look with this color palette. I mostly just like the option for the mosaic, but I'm not sure I like it. Well, okay, that looks a little weird. I don't hate it, but what if we do it something like this instead? Get rid of the mosaic blocks entirely. Honestly, I think it could work. I think I kind of like it. Let's throw some glass in these windows and maybe we have a building. I use the usual trick that I picked up from probably Hermitcraft or Building with B-Dubs, I don't actually know, where you just put some panes and then you put some honey, and then if you're feeling lucky you put some fog lights behind them. Or any light source really. I just love the look of fog lights though. They're so pretty. Okay, that looks beautiful to me, and before you say, Chaos, there's no interior, there is. It's that painting. We've been over it. You know, all my interiors have paintings. It's simply the state of the chaos. And from the outside, I think that looks beautiful. I think we did it, you guys. We have ourselves a lovely fall farm. This is everything I needed. I just needed an easy little break from the schedule I managed to convince myself I absolutely have to do. Which is silly, because I can do whatever I want to do. I don't even need to keep a schedule. I only do that because I'm the type of person, the second I get off my schedule, I forget about everything's existence. But that doesn't mean I need to stick to the same exact things every week. I can have a little fun with it, you know? Do whatever I want, whenever I want. Except Mondays. Mondays gotta come out with a video. I think that's lovely. I love it. It looks so good. And yeah, we have a little bit of a lava pit, but it's fine. It's fall. And I think it's perfect. So, how do you guys like it? I think this was a perfect little experiment. And yes, we have our barn with the little comb-over thingy-mabobber. I don't know what that is, but if you could tell me, I would love to know. And don't forget to tell me your favorite Halloween media. I have been meaning to watch Over the Garden Wall. I might go watch that and then build something from it, because that sounds fun. I have a bunch of big videos planned in the future, but for now, I'll see you next time. Bye!